My childhood friend rejected me for 7 years. But now that we are adults, she wants to have sex with me. I am unfaithful to my fiancé with her, and I feel terrible. Advice. I had posted about this before, and although I received good advice, I guess my will was not as strong as reason. My previous post was deleted, so I will summarize my situation. I'm also sorry for the terrible English. It's not my language, so I used Google Translate. I, Aaron, am 24 years old and I am engaged to Dahlia, a wonderful girl that I have known for almost 9 years. She is 26. Carla is the girl from my childhood that I have always been in love with. She is my best friend and I have known her for 11 years. She always rejected my loving intentions towards her, until I gave up, but now that I am with Dahlia, she comes towards me saying that he wants to have sex with me. Her partner knows this, and that's fine. Apparently her partner is a cuck, and fantasizes about seeing his wife doing it with me. Before continuing, I want to make some things clear. I know perfectly well that infidelity is a betrayal of self-esteem, trust, and respect for the person. I have read many stories like this, and I know perfectly well how people like me are seen. We are scum for the society that does not deserve to be happy. I personally agree with that mentality. Even so, I did what I did. The other thing I want to clarify is that Carla, my childhood friend, had many ex-partners who abused her physically and psychologically. It is incredible how a person could have 4 male and 1 female partners and that all 5 ended up destroying this person. It is undoubtedly worthy of being the worst luck in the world. This caused Carla to close herself in her circle of trust. She is upset with several traumas from her ex-partners, and except for me, her husband and her best friend, she does not trust anyone else. I hate to admit it, but I've always been his simp, and how could I not be? I've always been in love with her. I've always comforted her when she needs help. I've let her vent to me, and we're generally extremely close to her. I guess that inevitably caused him to end up seeing me as an option. Her husband encouraged her to sleep with me if she wanted to, since he is not good in bed at all, and he really gets off by watching others in bed instead of participating directly. On the other hand, Dahlia, my fiancée, and I have always had a very healthy and respectful relationship. She is a wonderful and intelligent woman. She is not exactly the most beautiful woman on earth, but she certainly has a personality and character that makes you fall in love. She has been the only person in my life other than Carla that I have fallen in love with. That should mean something, right? Is it possible to be in love with 2 people at the same time? Anyway, in the end I was unfaithful with Carla. I would like to say that it was under the influence of alcohol, I was drugged, or any other vague excuse that makes it fairly justifiable, but no, I fell into temptation and we ended up doing it. And it was incredible. It was the best sex I've ever had, but I feel infinitely guilty. I want to tell my fiancée what I did, but I don't know what words to use. I don't know how I should say it. She suffers from heart problems, and I'm afraid that because of me, she will end up dying of cardiac arrest. The guilt is destroying me. I love my fiancée, but I have not been able to overcome my feelings for Carla. I fell into temptation and I no longer know what I should do. Update 1. Advice. 2 days have passed since my last publication. Certainly your comments, although hostile, have helped me see reality, and I have finally confessed it to my fiancée Dahlia. Before continuing, I would like to clarify a couple of things that were said in the comments. The first is that Carla and Dahlia are fictitious names. I don't know why I chose such similar names to talk about them. This caused me to confuse their names when responding to some comments. My head is not very well, so please, it is not something intentional. Second, some mentioned that I don't care about Dahlia because I barely talk about her. Dahlia uses Reddit a lot, and I don't want her to find this post. Not only that, I don't consider it necessary to give details of her private life, although I think it is necessary since there is more than what I said in the first part. And no, Carla and I did not sleep at the first opportunity. Many mentioned this because I did not clarify it. The truth is that Carla spent a long time flirting with me and provoking me to do so. She knew that I had never gotten over her, so it was her only one resort, especially because her husband, the cuck, doesn't really please her in bed and she needs to be with someone, and I'm the only person she trusts with something like that. So those who say that she is with me because her boyfriend is she asked for it, although part of this is true, it is also true that I am the only person she would be with other than her husband. Carla and I have a lot of history. She is a woman who suffered abuse from her abusive parents and was forced to leave home at an early age, with my help and some friends. Several of these friends turned their backs on her, all except me, and although it is true that she had many partners, all of these partners had abused her physically or psychologically. Currently she is a broken woman who is not even half of the wonderful girl she was before. My life has not been easy either. I was always Carla's support, but she was also my pillar that supported me when I was overwhelmed, when my mother died, when the cat was run over, when my brother was in danger of death, when I was almost killed. Taking my life, Carla was there for me. Thanks to her, I am alive. This in no way excuses what I did to my fiancée, but it explains why I cannot simply throw her away, as many comment. Many said that if Carla was a nuisance, that I should simply throw her out of my life, block her and cut off her. I honestly don't see myself having the courage to abandon her after so much. Now yes, to the important part of the update. Yesterday, after reading several comments, I gathered courage and called Dahlia and her parents to my house to give them important news. I told them everything, my story with Carla, my true feelings, my regret, and my actions. I was unfaithful to my fiancé, and I am not here to apologize. A person like me does not deserve forgiveness. I even told them that if they wanted to hit me or say hurtful things to me, that they should do it. However, they only saw me with disappointment and pity. Unlike her parents, Dahlia knew my history with Carla, and she said something that genuinely hurt me. She mentioned that she had always known that she had never gotten over Carla, and that eventually this could happen when she noticed that Carla and I were seeing each other more often. She said, "No matter what I do, I just can't compete with Carla. But I can forgive you if you promise me it won't happen again." I saw her parents in disbelief, waiting for them to stop her from the idea of forgiving me. I don't consider that I deserve forgiveness. However, she was offering it to me. She says she understands how I feel because she is still in love with her ex, although their relationship ended in terrible terms. Dahlia understands that I am with her because she is the only one who fills that void, and not because she is the one I really want to be with, and she understands it because I am not the love of her life either, simply someone with whom I agree to continue but who will never replace the above. The parents hardly said anything during this talk, other than to ask me questions about how we and Carla felt. Her father's look of disgust, disappointment and judgment destroyed me, but he simply chose not to say anything, contrary to his mother, who even tried to console me. Something I didn't understand. Well, I'm not the one who deserves to be consoled. Dahlia, for her part, didn't cry. She didn't seem genuinely depressed, just disappointed. She surprised me with the calmness with which she took it. The three of them seemed to be considering forgiving me, but I insist that they should not do it. I insist that I do not deserve their forgiveness and that they should get a better man. A real man, as they mentioned to me in the comments. However, Dahlia says that she does not want nobody else, loves me even after what I did, says we can move forward. There was a lot more talk, words, tears on my part. Finally, she went out with her father. She spent the night at his house and not at mine. I guess she needed space, and yesterday we hardly spoke. I told the truth to some friends, and I know they won't spread the truth, and everyone seems to agree that Dahlia should forgive me and give me another chance, and I don't understand anything. Why is everyone forgiving my actions? I feel that instead of making them angry, I just felt sorry for them. It seems like I was the only one who is suffering from my mistakes. Everyone wants to help me so that my relationship with Dahlia prospers. I don't understand anything. I don't deserve forgiveness, but they are giving it to me. Like this, that once again, I ask Reddit for advice. Should I take this second chance? Or be fair and leave her, and be alone? Story 2. Is it time to give up? Advice. I've been grappling with the aftermath of my wife's affair with her company's CEO since July 2022. Despite our efforts to reconcile, the trust one have in our relationship has been severely shaken. We've been together since 2011 and married since 2017. She's the only woman I've ever been with. Discovering the affair on my birthday, nonetheless, was devastating. We've been in marriage counseling since around September/October 22, but she has refused to leave this company. She doesn't work in the same office or state of the CEO, but still has occasional company meetings/conferences in which I know he's there. This has been a conflict throughout the entirety of the attempted rehabilitation process. While counseling has helped some, I still think about the affair daily. I was prescribed depression medication around 3 months ago. Now, my wife is eager to expand our family, but I'm not emotionally prepared for another child. We have one. It seems her desire for another child stems more from a lifelong personal goal, rather than a marriage band-aid, as some might think. She's always said she didn't want to have kids past 30. I'm hesitant to engage her intimately, knowing that the affair remains unresolved in my heart. This has led me to question the future of our relationship. Despite my true efforts to forgive, I'm unsure if true forgiveness is realistically possible. I'm torn between holding on to our family unit and accepting that separation may be inevitable. On one hand, I dread the idea of divorce. The thought of raising a child with divorced parents. The idea of buying another home. We owe less than $100,000 on a 4% interest mortgage. The idea of having to date in this dating app age. I'm with my high school sweetheart. The idea of throwing away 15 years of building a relationship, although she didn't seem to care. Some days as I self-reflect, trying to get to the root issue, that she says was my overdedication to my career, I find myself somewhat wanting to divorce. I'm in the best shape of my life, I am making more money than I ever have, I don't think I'm a bad-looking guy, I have an awesome child, I have my education and some savings in a separate account. I know that I could make it without her. But deep down I'm scared of losing my best friend. However, I fear I am just prolonging the inevitable by waiting years to make a decision. It's a complex dilemma and I'm hoping you can provide some personal experience with staying/leaving and the aftermath of the decisions you've made moving forward. TLDR/wife cheated with her boss. Been in counseling 2 years and I still think about the affair daily. She wants another baby and I don't right now. Is it time to go or keep trying? Here are some comments. Gator Bro. 2 hours ago. I'm sorry dude that you're in this position. One of the main tenets of reconciliation which you don't have is she should have quit the job right then and there soon as you found out. The fact that she won't give up her job really shows that you don't have reconciliation. Because she won't leave her job, that means she still has contact with him and you'll never have peace. The thing about you have spent time with her and still want to continue because of that's called sunk cost fallacy. Look it up. Divorce is not fun, but it will give you yourself back. Best thing is separation divorce. You get therapy to help you and then you be the best co-parent that you can be. Give your child the best life that they can have. Right now your relationship is toxic and whether you believe it or not, that child can feel that things are off and it will affect them in their future. Comment 2. Ifibiz.
_Aifabiz avatar.
Ifibiz.
_Aifabiz.
February 16, 2022. 23. Post Karma. 61,644. Comment Karma. What is karma? Follow.
Sha.
2 hours ago. Interesting that she thinks the root cause of her cheating was your career and yet will not give up her job to help with reconciliation. It doesn't really sound like she has real remorse for her actions and is likely still cheating when they are together. Without remorse, there can be no forgiveness because she frankly isn't asking for it. She just wants this to get pushed into some dark corner and forgotten about. If I were you, I'd absolutely not have another child with her. If this ends up in divorce, I think it will. Having only one child involved will be a blessing. You should seriously consider divorce. If for no other reason than to shake her up that her little life plan will make a major detour if she doesn't change. Children can and do adapt to divorce. It's not fun, but living in a house with less than loving parents is worse. Lastly, it's not your fault. She could have talked to you about you working too much but instead cheated. By the way, sounds like you have a great lawsuit in your back pocket. I hope you kept any proof of the affair. Comment 3. Generation Genizing.
_Generation avatar.
Generation Genizing.
_Generation.
April 2, 2022.
16. Post Karma. 2,667. Comment Karma. What is karma? Follow.
Sha.
2 hours ago. You will never get over it. You didn't break the marriage, she did. She couldn't keep her legs closed. She's not your best friend. Best friends don't purposefully hurt you like she did. She really has no true love or true respect for you. Spouses who truly have those feelings don't fuck other people. I hope you did DNA test your kid. Do not bring another child into this dynamic. If that upsets her or delays her plans, well, too bad. Maybe she shouldn't have been banging her boss. You need to do what's best for you, and it sounds like that should be as a divorced single man. Reconciliation can never happen as she still sees her AP, and because you will never ever trust that she won't fuck him again. You should have sent the letter, you've protected him and allowed her to still have contact with her lover, the man that was more important to her than you, your child, your marriage, your history, and your future together. You are still paying the price mentally and emotionally, and you will for the rest of your life. It's no way to live. By the way, she will cheat again because she resents the fact you can't really trust her, even though she is the one who broke your trust. Comment 4.
Il separatio 86.
1 hour ago. It's over, man. Stop stringing yourself along. At the end of the day, you aren't the root cause of any of this. Nothing, not one thing. She is. It is all 100% on her. From an outsider, and based only on what you have written, she doesn't sound remorseful either. Her regret likely stems from being caught. She is a high-flying cake eater who has these goals, and she is willing to walk all over you to get them. Itchy. Won't leave her job. May I ask if she got a promotions during or after the affair? 2 kids by 30. She does what she wants. You are a sperm donor, a babysitter, and an ATM in her mind. She doesn't respect you. Only what you can provide her. She gets you to put another baby in her and the go and sleep with the next high-status flyer, because she has had little to no consequences from her previous affair. You need to change that. You've done all the heavy lifting, it seems, after she stepped out. That is not okay. It's no wonder you don't trust her enough to be intimate. I know you are worried and scared, but don't be. Don't let that hold you back. You are in your prime. A lot of women will be very, very attracted to a stable, loyal man who have proved he is a good father. You'll be beating them off with a stick. It is also far, far better for your child to grow up with 2 happy parents rather than a miserable couple. Perhaps for your own peace of mind, I'd give her one last chance. This is what I would be asking of her. She quits her job today. The end. No contact with this guy ever again. Before leaving the company, she publicly exposes what she and the CEO did, likely on company time. She can do this via HR as part of her exit. She also need to publicly expose her actions to the CEO's partner, if he has one, and to her family and friends. She signs a post-nup in the presence of a lawyer that is as favorable to you as legally possible in the event of a divorce. These aren't watertight, but it will put her on the back foot. She goes and actually works on individual therapy, making actual changes in her behavior. Herself tries to earn the gift of reconciliation through her actions. Starts to show actual remorse. She does this for a full year, at which point you will then reconsider the marriage and the possibility of another child. During this time period, you also have complete access to her phone. These will also mean that she finally has some consequences for her shitty behavior. If she doesn't agree to the above, well, you have your answer. Start the divorce. Start it yesterday. Comment 5. Based on you post history, it feels like you're not really seeking advice here. You have dragged this on for years, allowing yourself to be bullied into deleting the evidence of the affair, not informing the CEO's wife, even considering fathering another child. Your description of your WW's actions portray a woman who has no remorse, who is pushing an aggressive rug sweep agenda. The sheer gall to blame her affair on your dedication to your work, while she refuses to quit her job. She really is monstrous. My friend, if you continue down the path you are on, I can almost guarantee you that you will look yourself in the bathroom mirror around age 50 and ask yourself, my God, what have I done? I've wasted the last 25 years of my life. Don't set yourself on fire. Keep another person warm. Your daughter will be fine. She will have 2 upper-middle-class parents, each doting on her. Kids at young ages are super flexible in terms of adapting successfully to changes like that. As to telling the CEO's wife, do it after the ink is dry on your divorce settlement. You want your WW as employed as possible, earning as much as possible.